Hey, hello everyone. Today let us study about the statistics of leprosy. Earlier in the part 1 we studied about introduction of leprosy. Today we are going to study about statistics of leprosy. So what is it? We call it as statistics of leprosy. In statistics of leprosy, first we'll study about criteria for elimination. So what is criteria? Criteria is nothing but a standard by which something may be judged. For that we call it as criteria for elimination. Elimination is eliminating. How do we eliminate? It is elimination of leprosy as a public health problem was defined as a reduction in the prevalence of leprosy patients. What is prevalences? Prevalences is nothing but which is very common. So common in the reduction of leprosy patients receiving MDT. What is MDT? It is multiple drug therapies MDT to less than 1 per 10,000 of populations. Next we'll study about global statistics. Global statistics means across the globe. Cases across the globe is called as global statistics. So during 2021 there were around 40 lakh 594 new cases reported globally. Globally, the registered prevalence of leprosy. What is prevalence? Prevalence is what? Something which is very common. Is prevalence of leprosy. So number of cases on the treatment at the end of 2021. So how much it was? It was 13,30802 and the prevalence rate was 1.69 per 10,000 of populations. These are the cases across the globe. Next is declining leprosy prevalence in India. So these are the cases. Declining is nothing but what is declining? Declining is nothing but becoming less, or we call it as decreasing cases. As we can see here, India has attained the elimination figure of less than 1 case of leprosy per 10,000 people during December 2005. So the elimination achieved in 32 out of 35 states or else in the union territories. They have shown this cases in the map. Next, this is the epidemiological trends of important NLEP indicators from the year 1998 to 2020. As you can see in this graph, how it is decreasing starting from 1998 to 1999 and till 2020. So these are the various leprosy epidemicity maps starting from the year 1981 to 2020, showing the prevalence of leprosy at different point of time, which evidently show that the burden of leprosy is shrinking in India. They have started from 1998 to 2020. This is the graphical representation. Next is leprosy statistics of India in the year 2021. So this is what prevalence. So as we know, prevalence is nothing but something which is common. So these are the cases. As you can see across India, these are the states and these are the cases. Next is NLEP status in Karnataka year as on March 31st. So this is the cases, this is the year, this is the cases. Next we'll study about epidemiology of leprosy. Okay, so first we'll study about agent factors. So the bacteria which is causing this disease is Mycobacterium leprae. It is acid fast, straight, slightly curved, rod shape and is a gram positive bacilli when it is observed under microscope. seen as clumps. How is it seen? Under the microscope as clumps. Clumps is nothing but as a group, or to something which is put on the group is called as clumps or as bundle. Bundle is also fastened together. That is what bundle is. Slow growing bacilli divide into every 12 to 14 days. So lifespan of this bacteria is 6 months. Have affinity for Schwann cells. What is it? Schwann cells. What is Schwann cells? Schwann cells is nothing but they play essential roles in the development, maintenance function, and even in the regeneration of peripheral nerve in the body. So this is what Schwann cells is. The cell of reticuloendothelial systems. Even in the cells of reticuloendothelial systems. So, what is it? Reticuloendothelial cells. It grows in the cooler tissues, skin, peripheral nerve, upper respiratory tract, and testes, and can survive outside the human body for around 2 to 9 days. Mycobacterium leprae can grow in the foot pad of mice, in the 9-banded armadillo. So what is 9-banded armadillo? 9-banded armadillo means which is beside the human. 9-banded armadillons are the only animals that can only carry the Mycobacterium leprae. So hence we call it as 9-banded armadillons. So what are nude mice? Nude mice means these are the virtually hairless mutant laboratory bred mouse having a major immune system deficiency. So this is what we call it as nude mouse. Can persist in human body for up to 10 years. What are the host factors? In host factors, we'll study about the age. In what age can leprosy occur? At what age? Leprosy can occur at any age, in any person at any age. Common in age group of around 20 to 30 years in men and women. In endemic areas, infection takes place during childhood. Increased proportion of child leprosy cases indicates presence of active transmission of the disease in the community. In male and female, it is 2:1 ratio. Migration will occur. Increased leprosy cases in the urban areas. The higher population densities, if it is poor hygiene, the living condition, and breathing space both at the workplace and at home. So in these conditions, leprosy can occur. Next we'll study about immunity. So what do we study about now? About immunity. So the disease occurrence depends on susceptibility or in the immunological status of an individual. Cell-mediated immunity is responsible for the resistance to infection. Only 1% of persons exposed to infections will develop the disease. Infections with other mycobacteria confer certain degree of immunity. What are the genetic factors? The genetic factors contains development of lepromatous leprosy has association with inheritance of the HLA-DR2 haplotype preferentially. So these are the genetic factors of leprosy. What are the environmental factors? The environmental factors are the risk of transmission is more in the humid conditions. So where is the risk? The risk of transmission is more in the humid conditions. Next, in the household contact of cases, the risk is increased by closeness and even during the duration of contact. We call it as overcrowding when it is overcrowding. Next, we'll study about socio-economic factors. The socio-economic factors are leprosy is a social disease which means it is spread from one human to another human. So hence we call it as social disease. It contains fear in the humans, guilt, stigma, discrimination, and even unfolded prejudices. These contribute to delay in the seeking treatment, and thus they promote the transmission of the disease. Associated with poverty related factors like overcrowding, lack of education, lack of personal hygiene, and lack of ventilations. How is leprosy being transmitted? This is called as transmission. How is it transmitted from one human to another human? The only source of infection is untreated case of leprosy. All the active cases of leprosy serve as a potential source of infection. So mycobacterium cases are more important. So these are the transmissions. This is about the transmission of leprosy. In the next class, we'll study about the portal of exist. So thank you for today. In next class, we'll continue about the portal of exist in case of leprosy.